I'm not quite sure what you guys were doing over the Christmas season, but I know exactly what the European Commission was doing. While you were shopping for presents, the European Commission launched a consultation process on unanimity votes of taxation questions in the European Council. Let me just explain what that means. Inside the European Council, where you are represented either by your head of government or your head of state, the decisions regarding taxation have to be done unanimously, meaning they cannot just have a qualified majority and then decide it on their own, as you have it for other decisions. So, for instance, if France, which it did, suggest a digital tax on companies in the digital area, then it could only go through the European Council if all countries say yes. So if just Luxembourg says no, it is vetoed automatically. And that has been bothering Berlin and Paris for quite a while now, because they keep continuously arguing for higher taxes, extended taxes, or even completely new taxes. And the consultation process, of course, just launched just before the 24th of December, so that as many people as possible will be aware of it. It's in its description, and by the way, you can fill out this consultation process yourself as a citizen as well, and I encourage you actually to do so. It says, this proposal will explore how EU decision-making on certain tax issues could be streamlined by removing the need for unanimous agreement by all countries. And then it continues to say, these matters would instead be decided by a weighted system, qualified majority voting, where measures can be carried if supported by a minimum number of EU countries representing a minimum share of the EU population. Just know that France and Germany together already have a third of the EU population. So if they just do it by a significant share of the population of the EU, Germany and France would probably already be enough. And then it says, this is one of a series of major new initiatives to give renewed momentum to the EU. So, of course, when we think about the EU and the criticism towards it, we think, oh, how can we give the European Union just a little bit more momentum? Right, new taxes, because that worked just perfectly in France. And I believe that countries such as Luxembourg, Malta, and Ireland more particularly need to oppose this as much as they can. They need to build a broader coalition. Because what we know is if we harmonize taxes and if we introduce new taxes, it's not going to be a system such as Switzerland or Luxembourg or Ireland. We're going to follow the French example, and it's going to put us down the road of socialism, and it's going to bankrupt us in the long run. I believe that countries as well in the East, such as Estonia, have showed that countries that get rid of socialism can actually, with a modern tax system, which is a flat tax system, can actually be very beneficial for the people of those countries to modernize the country and to get out of this rigorous collectivist system. And what we see, of course, is that the people who still practice these old school, very, very high taxes, such as France, are actually seeing no economic development whatsoever, and of course they are envious, and they use the European Union for their benefit. So if we actually get rid of unanimity, we're going to be controlled even more by the only two countries that are already pulling the strings inside the European Union. I believe that if this measure goes through, and on the long run we will have more non-unanimity voting in the European Council, I believe then it's way overdue for countries such as Ireland and Luxembourg to leave the European Union, because it is the only way to survive in a system in Europe where two countries are trying to grasp all the power. But feel free to disagree with me in the comments. I'm putting some links down below where you can find all the information on this specific consultation and proposal, and also an op-ed of mine on this specific issue. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.